Ever wonder how Hollywood's golden age got its shimmer and shine? It wasn't just the stars themselves. It was the clothes they wore. From the 1930s to the 1950s, costume design exploded from a backstage necessity into a powerhouse art form, shaping the very identity of cinema. This wasn't just about fashion. It was about building legends, one stitch at a time. Let's travel back to the early 1930s. Major studios like MGM, Paramount, and Warner Brothers weren't just making movies, they were building entire worlds. And at the heart of these worlds were their massive, in-house wardrobe departments. Imagine a place that operated like a couture fashion house, but on an industrial scale. Teams of designers, tailors, beaters, and fabric specialists worked around the clock, producing hundreds of costumes every single week. These departments were more than just workshops. They were the engines of glamour. Massive warehouses stored thousands of garments, ready to be reused and remade for the next big picture. The level of skill was breathtaking, with specialized artisans handling everything from intricate embroidery to custom-made hats. This unique blend of industry and artistry allowed Hollywood to create a visual language of glamour that the world had never seen before. So, what defined this glamorous look? 2 words: bias cut. This revolutionary technique, perfected by Parisian couturier Madeleine Vionnet, involved cutting fabric on the diagonal grain. The result? Silk gowns that didn't just hang but clung, flowed, and moved with a liquid-like elegance. Think of Jean Harlow, draped in a satin gown that seemed poured onto her body. That was the magic of the bias cut. But it wasn't all about slinky dresses. Designers also mastered structured suits with powerful shoulder lines to convey sophistication and authority, most famously for stars like Joan Crawford. Wardrobes were meticulously tailored to each star's public persona, reinforcing their on-screen mythology. A single, perfectly designed gown had the power to transform an actress into a global icon overnight. Costumes weren't just clothes. They were instruments of star-making. Just as designers were mastering black and white glamour, a new technology arrived that would change everything: Technicolor. Suddenly, color wasn't just an addition. It was a whole new storytelling tool. But it came with challenges. Colors that looked gorgeous in real life could appear garish or muddy on screen. So, color testing rooms became a vital part of every wardrobe department. Designers had to become scientists, experimenting with how different fabrics and dyes would react to the intense studio lights and the 3-strip color process. This led to a whole new world of palettes. From rich jewel tones to soft pastels and vibrant primaries. Fabrics like satin, chiffon, and metallics were chosen specifically for the way they caught the light and shimmered on screen. Technicolor gave designers the power to add emotion, symbolism, and a new layer of visual poetry to their work. Behind all this incredible work were the designers themselves, the true architects of Hollywood style. Their names became as famous as the stars they dressed. There was Edith Head, the undisputed queen of costume design. Known for her clean, character-driven approach, she earned an unmatched 8 Academy Awards. Then there was Audrey Kelly, a master of drape and silhouette, who created unforgettable looks for the fiery Bette Davis, and of course Adrian, MGM's head designer. A true visionary who gave Joan Crawford her signature structured shoulders and designed the Letty Linton dress, a gown so popular it was copied by department stores across America. These designers weren't just following trends. They were creating them, influencing fashion on a global scale. Ultimately, in the Golden Age, costumes became a form of branding. Studios carefully crafted signature looks for their biggest stars to make them instantly recognizable. Think of Greta Garbo's minimalist, almost severe elegance, which amplified her mysterious and untouchable persona. Or Marilyn Monroe, whose curve-hugging silhouettes became inseparable from her bombshell image. And who could forget Rita Hayworth, whose glamorous gowns helped define the entire femme fatale archetype for a generation of moviegoers. The wardrobe became a visual shorthand, a language that audiences understood immediately and intuitively. A single silhouette could tell you everything you needed to know about a character before they even spoke a line. The Golden Age of Hollywood was a truly transformative period for costume design. Through the immense power of the studio system, the dazzling innovation of Technicolor, and the sheer genius of designers like Edith Head, Ori Kelly, and Adrian. This era gave us some of the most iconic and enduring images in film history. These weren't just costumes. They were the building blocks of legends, and their influence on film and fashion can still be felt today. Thanks for watching. If you love classic film and fashion as much as I do, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more stories from behind the silver screen. See you next time.